The Gen Z stare. Explain.
Yeah, I wish that, sorry.
I got charged for this month, and I need a refund immediately.
I'm so sorry. Did you cancel beforehand or give us a call or email or anything?
No, but me and my son haven't attended any classes for a couple of weeks, so we shouldn't have to pay anything.
Huh?
Okay, unless you've canceled or given us a heads up that you're canceling, there's so many kids on our roster we just...
Do you not hear what I'm saying? I haven't been in classes for the past month, but you still charge me.
She's like, well, what the fuck do you want me to do about it, nigga? Yeah, I work here, but I can't fucking give you your money back. I always be confused when people be crashing out on receptionists like this. Like, yeah, I work here, gang, but if you didn't cancel your shit, like, what do you want me to do? You want me to reach into my pocket and give it back to you? Like, what do you want me to do, gang? That don't make no sense. But I'm a little confused here what the Gen Z stare is. I've never heard of this term. Have y'all heard about this?
Okay, I'll cancel your membership immediately, so there'll be no more extra charges, but I can't guarantee that you can get the refund. I'll talk to my boss to see what I can do, but, like...
I better see that refund soon.
Okay.
Or what, nigga?
Okay. Have a good one.
Yeah.
So I just came across this thing called the Gen Z stare, which, if you don't know, is a viral social phenomenon describing a blank, expressionless gaze that younger individuals give in response to simple questions, greetings, or basic conversation.
I don't necessarily think that first video was a great example of that, though. I feel like that nigga was tripping.
Most frequently happens during customer service interactions or in classrooms, which I don't even blame. Are you kidding me? Do you know how some of these people act and talk? Especially if you work in the service industry, if you work retail, at a restaurant, customer service. But more specifically, dealing with these people face to face. People think they could talk to you any certain type of way because they just want to get their frustrations out. They want somebody to bark at, and they know you have to take it because that's your job. The reality is, the modern generation doesn't give a damn. They really don't care. They live on the social space to begin with, so when it comes to in-person social interaction, it's not really there. Now, it is, but it's tweaked a little. With modern convenience, ordering your food online.
What is this weak ass filter you got on the screen, bro? This just sucks.
Ordering your groceries online, the fact that COVID happened, everyone rather text than call. Nobody FaceTimes like that. The modern generation, they don't give a damn of what people think, especially when it comes to hearing someone's problems. I also think it has something to do with how meta Gen Z is. Just being online, memes, the memification of everything, tragic or not, people really don't care. So when you're in real life, forced to be in an unskippable cutscene with somebody, especially of the older generation, and they're going...
Okay, so now I'm understanding. They're more hyper focusing on how she's not being overly emotional in this interaction. I mean, is that a bad thing? I mean, I remember I got fired from my job because I was just too expressionless while working the register. I mean, so maybe I got the Gen Z stare too. But I was born in 1996. Am I Gen Z or am I a millennial? I'm pretty sure I'm a millennial.
Going on spewing nonsense or just bringing up irrelevant facts or just trying to make small talk. Most of the time it's worthless. Now, of course, socializing is good, but depending on what you're talking about, it could be worthless. It could be useless. Especially if you're complaining and bitching about something, no one really cares. This modern new generation is just really over it. The idea of manners, being polite and all that is really going out the window.
Is that Waffle House? They putting fucking socks on the counter? Oh yeah, I know that shit busts down. Y'all heard about Waffle House, man? It's like the more disgusting, more ratchet, crazy things going on in the Waffle House, the better the food tastes. I'm telling you, it's facts.
We live in the most freest of times, greeting people and all that. It's just irrelevant at this point. And if people come off the rip with attitude, yeah, we're not dealing with it.
Why the fuck did I just pay? Bro, why did I pay you?
I can't.
Why did you let me pay you?
I just work here.
Why did you let me do that?
Ma'am, I just work here.
Just saying I just work here is actually crazy out loud, though.
Bro, what the fuck are y'all on?
If you've ever interacted with Gen Z in the workplace, they're definitely different, and I can't tell if it's because they don't want to work or if they're just good at seeing through fakeness. Like, everyone says the Gen Z stare is because they're just kind of like lazy and like not sentient, not aware of what's going on. But I think they're just like really jaded and cynical and kind of like over it all.
Oh, Gen Z just does the Gen Z stare. They don't know how to talk to people. Fair. A lot of Gen Z don't know how to talk to people. But a lot of older generations talk too much, too rudely, and too proudly while being too stupid. I cannot tell you. You have to work in the food industry to fully grasp how stupid people can be. I remember one day I was serving this customer. She's ordering a burger. She was like, okay, I want this cheeseburger with no cheese on it. My first red flag. Then she says, I want to have pepper jack on this burger. I look at her, I'm confused. I'm like, ma'am, you said you didn't want cheese on your burger? She says, yes. I said, ma'am, are you talking about like specific cheeses or like you just don't want any cheese on your burger? She says, yes. I said, ma'am, are you aware pepper jack is a type of cheese we offer? She looks at me and she scoffs like, dumb. And she's like, clearly I'm not talking about the cheese then. Then what are you talking about? And I was like, okay, ma'am, we don't offer anything that's pepper jack except for our cheese. She said, put pepper jack on the burger. Y'all have done it before. I want the pepper jack that's not the cheese. And I'm like, I really don't know what this lady talking about. But I'm like, okay. So ma'am, I'm putting the pepper jack that we offer on your burger. She says, yes. Are you deaf? That's what I just said. Okay. So her order comes out. I give it to her. She opens the burger. She says, what is cheese doing on my burger? I said, ma'am, you said to put pepper jack on your burger. But she asked me, are you dumb? I said, not the cheese. And like she starts going on this whole spiel. I clocked out immediately. I was like, let me go get my manager. She has this whole conversation with the manager, all upset, calling me all types of names. The manager pulls me to the side and said, oh, she was asking for fried jalapenos on her burger. I'm sorry. Is there a world that I'm not from where pepper jack is fried jalapenos? I've had a person get mad at me because their iced tea was too cold. I really don't know what these people want from me. Of course, I'm gonna just start staring at you. I'm staring at you like you're dumb. You're stupid because you are.
If you've worked in the service industry, you know exactly what she's talking.
Look, bro, so I ain't gonna lie, my nigga. I can admit that that I was wrong in the story term that I'm about to tell y'all, but I was so petty, I had to see it through. My nigga, there was this one lady that used to come in every time I was working at the smoothie shop, and every time we had a smoothie called the Sweet Green. And pretty much, it was a good tasting smoothie. The base juice was like pineapple, so it was sweet. It tasted good. But, you're putting spinach, you putting, all types of greens, cucumber juice, a pinch of avocado in that hoe. Like, you was putting a bunch of greens in that hoe. But one of the ingredients was parsley, gang. And if you don't know what parsley is, it's not like spinach or cucumber. It has a very distinct taste. Like, no, parsley's kind of like... it's damn near decoration, like on some real shit, on everything I love. And the store I was working for, it was like a family-owned business, so I'm not gonna say it was wonky, like it was super official and whatnot. But sometimes, we might run out of ingredients and stuff like that. So it wasn't like it was a franchise where you got a boatload of ingredients coming in every day. So I remember this one lady, I'm gonna just call her Susan. Susan would always come in and she'd be on some like, oh, I want the sweet green and make sure that I have extra parsley. I need the extra parsley. But, of course, as an employee, you listen, you just do what you do. I'm like, okay, not for sure. We're going to get that extra parsley in there for you. So one day, bro, she comes around and she's like, all right, I give me my order. And I'm doing it. But then I realized that we ain't got no parsley left. Like, we literally got no parsley left. So I went back and I'm telling her, I'm like, hey, there ain't no more parsley. And, but then I like thinking as like a sane person, I'm just kind of like trying to lighten the blow. I'm like, hey, there's no more parsley left. But to be honest, I started explaining to her, like, out of all the ingredients in this drink, like, you really not going to taste the parsley like that. Like, that shit don't really exist. Like, that shit is like kind of nothingness. And she just starts, oh no, like, it's the most important part of that because I love parsley. It's so amazing. It tastes so good. And I'm kind of just like, all right, man, well, like, is there anything else I could substitute for you? And she starts crashing that on me, like, this is just so unprofessional. And then you're trying to tell me that it's not an important part of the drink. And I'm like, wait, no, I didn't mean to, like, deter you and say that it's not an important part of the drink. I was just letting you know that of all the ingredients, it has like the least nutritional value on everything that's in the drink. And she's just spazzing on me, calling me like stupid, want to speak to my manager, all types of shit. I was like, yo, what the fuck? So next time come around, bro, on everything I love, just to prove my own point to myself, because I know I wasn't tripping. Every time she asked for the sweet green, my nigga, with extra parsley, I didn't put that shit in there on purpose. And I would always ask her, I'm like, how is it? How is it? We put that extra parsley in there for you. It's good, huh? She's like, oh yeah, it's so amazing. Thank you so much. You know, I'm glad that we got that figured out. Bitch, ain't no parsley in your drink, ho. You ain't never tasted another piece of parsley for the next fucking 3-4 months, bitch. I ain't never put another piece of parsley in your drink, and somehow it tastes perfect now, though, huh? I'm telling you, these motherfuckers be bitching and tripping about shit. They don't know nothing. They just be finding a reason to trip.
Talking about, especially at a grocery store. People just automatically assume things are in the back. Well, can you go check in the back? Do you have it in the back? No, I'm sorry, ma'am. This is all the inventory we have. We don't have it. Well, you gotta go check in the back. People are so ridiculous, man. And usually it's the older generation. For whatever reason, this is just their life. This is how they were brought up. They socialize at these grocery stores, retail stores, whatever. It's not really about finding a solution. It's about socializing to find a solution together while belittling you in the process. Because you're an employee after all. For some reason, the older generations, they like this idea of being served. And newer generations, it's the same, but we prefer no interaction. It's the fact that when you order DoorDash or Uber Eats, you want them to just leave it in front of the door instead of going and getting it. It's the fact that they have curbside pickup instead of walking inside the store and going through all that hassle.
Which there's pros and cons to that, though. You know, at the end of the day, socializing and knowing how to talk to people is very important skill that I feel like, unfortunately, we've been leaving behind.
Just bring it out to me. Or how you'll be shopping at a grocery store or a retail store, and if someone's in the way down that aisle, you'll just skip the aisle completely and go all the way around. Or the best one yet, when you go to a friend's house and instead of going up to the door and knocking on it, you'll just text them that you're outside. We are really an antisocial social generation. It is what it is. I can't even blame people at the end of the day, because honestly, I don't like people bothering me, so I wouldn't go out of my way to bother someone else. If I go to a store and they don't have what I'm looking for, I'm not gonna go ask someone. I'm just gonna look it up on my phone and see where they have it at a different store. So when you're stuck in these situations where the older generation, they want to answer out of you, they want you to socialize, they want small talk, they're just demanding so much of you, you can understand why the younger generation just doesn't give a damn. Who cares? It's not that big of a deal. Go find another way. You don't have to come complain to me about your situation. There's always a solution to your problem, but it seems like the older generation, they want to speak to somebody. They want a real person. They want somebody to solve their problem for them. Maybe that's not all the way correct, but that's what it seems like. I don't think this is anything new. I don't think it has anything to do with Gen Z or anything like that. Yes, sure, this generation is more meta than ever. They're self-realizing, understanding that I'm in a Karen moment. You know, before it would just be a situation that's happening, but now we understand, oh, this is a Karen moment. You're acting like a Karen. So the younger generation is just fed up at a much more younger age than ever before.
$3.97.
Which one is the matcha latte?
Hey!
Thank you.
I just went to the drive-thru and I give the lady my card and I'm like, here you go. Nothing was
That's
fine.
funny.
Gives me back my card. Thank you. Hands me my food. Thank you. Have a good day. Not a word. Like, she did not speak a word. And this happens to me every single time that I like go through the drive-thru or I'm in the checkout line at a store, and it's only around people my age. Why are we so weird? Guys, why are we weird? Why are we acting like it's our first down?
I will say, if you are working a job, it's like, and again, I'm not a good worker. That's why I picked up this camera and started my YouTube grind. I'm not a good employee. And I got out of that space. So it is a little bit hypocritical coming from a nigga like me, but also understand I'm keeping it real because y'all didn't need to, y'all don't only know that about me because I provided that information to you. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But what I am saying is, like, I feel like if you work in a 9-to-5, don't be an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Say please, say thank you, look people in their eyes, entertain their bullshit. Unfortunately, like they're paying their good hard-earned money. This might be the highlight of their day, you know, getting their little coffee matcha on, and it's literally your job to comply. So again, I'm not saying to sit there through no therapy sessions, you know, use discernment, but There's nothing wrong with fucking saying thank you, please, thank you, welcome, have a great day, look in the eyes, smile. Chick-fil-A service, bro. Nothing wrong with that.
On earth. I don't know why this bothers me so much, but why is it that only our age group from like 19 to 23, 24, why do y'all not know how to speak? It really drives me crazy. And I don't love small talk, but like I like to talk to like show appreciation for whatever the other person is doing for me, even if it's something small or like in their job description, and of course they're gonna do it. But like, I'm sorry that I care a little bit, and then whenever I actually make a side conversation, people look at me like I am insane, like I'm clinically insane, like why are you speaking to me right now? And oh my gosh, it upsets me. I don't know if it's because like I work in healthcare and like I'm just used to having side conversations and small talk and having like the social skills in that area. But guys, you 18 to like 24-year-olds, we need to do better, because our brains act fried. Like we genuinely act like this is our first day on earth.
So obviously in this situation, it makes sense why you think it's weird, because you're in the service industry yourself. You have to deal with patients on a daily basis. You have to be personal. You have to communicate to them, let them know what's going on. You have to make bonds with these people. Essentially, they're your patients at the end of the day. When it comes to working at a fast food restaurant or a retail store, we don't care about these people. Are you kidding me? Why should I care about having small talk with some random person that I don't give a damn about? The fact that I'm even working this job right now, I can care less about. Now, that's not a positive mindset. That's not the mindset that you want to have. But at the end of the day, it's just true. Like I said before, Gen Z is just fed up. They are super meta. They understand the fact that I'm working here right now, I kind of have to be. I'm not enjoying this. I mean, due to social media, people see the other side. They realize I could just be online talking all day, living my life, doing what I want to do and getting paid for it. Yet I'm stuck here working this dead-end job. That's the difference right there. I'm telling you, people are 23 years old having a quarter-life crisis. That's what social media...
I ain't heard that one yet. Quarter life crisis. Shit.
It's what the internet has done to the younger generation. It stunted their growth. And what made it worse is COVID. The fact that everybody was on lockdown, they didn't get to socialize. Literally, the most impactful years on their life were taken away. Instead of being in person, in class, learning, socializing, talking to your friends, your peers, your teachers, you had to interact with everyone through a screen, on Zoom. People don't give a damn, I'm telling you. The younger generation is fed up. Because of certain situations and circumstances, young people don't give a damn. That's exactly where that expression came from. Just put the fries in the bag. I don't want to have a conversation with you. Just put the fries in the bag. And for some odd reason, people who are very sociable, they have a problem with that. Oh, you need to talk to me. I demand your attention. You need to acknowledge me. No, ma'am. No, sir. Go on about your way.
A generational divide is causing workplace issues between millennials and Gen Z workers. According to yourtango.com, the work ethic clash between millennials and Gen Z stems from differing approaches to corporate loyalty. Gen Z workers are actively setting strict boundaries to avoid the typical workaholic culture of previous generations. While millennials may feel frustrated by this big shift, Gen Z is prioritizing a work-to-live mentality over unconditional devotion to corporate and often exploitive employers.
I spoke about this recently on one of my videos called Why Gen Z is Falling Behind. Go watch it if you haven't seen it yet. But basically, the younger generations just don't give a damn. I keep repeating that in this video because it's so true. They know that these corporations, these companies don't care about you. At the end of the day, we have to work for them in order to make a living, in order to make money, just to live. So why am I going to give myself to this company when they can fire me at their discretion? Now you're starting to understand why the Gen Z stare is such a thing. People don't give a damn. I have to be here. I have to work here because I have to make money. I have to eat at the end of the day. That doesn't mean that I have to have this loyalty and pride working for this company. And yes, I admit, this is not who you want to be.
I mean, there's some truth to that, but I will say how you do one thing is sometimes how you do everything. So if you go into your job half-assing and, not giving a fuck, chances are when it's time to apply that to your life and your goals, you just half-assing and not giving a fuck. Look. Again, I'm not a great employee. When I was working, that was the last place I wanted to be. But, I still got the job done. Because I'm not a lazy person. My mindset was also, if I do my job to the best of my ability, people going to shut the fuck up and leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to hear my boss's mouth. I don't have to hear anybody's mouth bickering and bitching and moaning in my ear. I'd want to be left alone too. So I kind of took It's like the same concept, but a different approach. So I'm gonna do my job to the best of my ability, so everyone can just leave me the fuck alone. But you know, I'm also just a little bit. I was younger, bro. I was younger, so I still was a little bit petty, and I did stupid things like the sweet green situation. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section, man. Are y'all experiencing this IRL in your life? I know I definitely am, but you know, it is what it is. Love y'all, I appreciate y'all.
Where you at, Berto? I made this shit look too easy.